Hey, welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you for taking the time to support the channel. We are back with a new Magic the Gathering Arena Standard Best of One deck guide. It's a fresh season and we have a new deck for you to tear up that ranked ladder. We are upgrading the Mono Black Midrange in today's video. We'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies and synergies held within, demonstrate this within our ranked gameplay footage against the best decks and players in the world right now. Of course, we'll wrap up with our final thoughts deck review and the packs are in, ladies and gentlemen. So if you watch until the end of the video, you'll get to enjoy a pack opening as well. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel to show that support. You can also become a YouTube member to challenge me to a one-on-one match every single Sunday live on YouTube. Let's take a look at the deck. Here we are with Mono Black Midrange, and it is the same deck you know and love with a couple adjustments to the main board, rebalancing for the new meta. Couple new cards in the build that we'll talk about. Sheoldred for 5 mana. This is a 4 power 5 toughness legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor. It does have menace as well, and when it enters the battlefield, each opponent will sacrifice a non-token creature or planeswalker. This is high value removal for 5. Very expensive, but you're getting a nice body out of it. But wait, there's more. For 5 mana, you can exile Sheoldred, returning it into play as the True Scriptures. And then only doing this if your opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. Luckily for us, we are a mono black deck that removes everything that touches play. Very easy to get our opponent's graveyard up, but we may not want to do that, so it's going to be a call for yourself. The backside, for each opponent, destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls. So this is very nice. If they have a good board state, you may want to go this path. Each opponent discards 3 cards and then mills 3 cards. And then finally, put all creature cards from all graveyards into the battlefield under your control, and then return it to the battlefield as Sheoldred, right? So if your opponent does have a lot of creatures, this is really nice to get out and about and then grab their creatures and smash. However, if they have a lot of spell damage, you may want to be exiling that graveyard with the Trespasser, to mitigate that damage that they're doing by taking the few creatures that they do have, especially, the Phoenix is a good one that's going to be coming back. Squeeze, another one that's going to be coming back. So, you will have to make that decision with Sheoldred, right? Do I need the life gain? Do I need the graveyard control that the Trespasser presents? Or can I risk the biscuit, get them up to 8, transform this into the True Scriptures, which is a ton of fun if you can pull it off. Then our other new card that we're experimenting with here today will be the Invasion of Innistrad for 4 mana, a Battle Siege with Flash and 5 protection counters. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent's creature will get -13 until end of turn. Really nice to deal with a Sheoldred. And then you get Deluge of the Dead on the backside as an enchantment. When it enters play, create 2/2 black zombie creature tokens and pay 3 to exile a card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, create that 2/2 token, right? So it's a little bit of Nombo again there with the Invasion of Innistrad and your Sheoldred. But at the end of the day, you might just want those tokens over getting to 8. You might be too far away from 8 and we'll be closing out the match prior to, right? So, there are a lot of things to weigh here and you will need to be aware of that. You don't want to, come to the crossroad without knowing about it first, as you'll be forced into a decision that might not be ideal. Other than, these 2 new cards, it's the Mono Black deck you love. 3 copies of Cut Down, Removal, total power and toughness 5 or less. Evolve Sleeper, 1/1 creature for 1 that can sink mana into it, becoming a 2/2, becoming a 3/3. And then, gaining those +1/+1 counters, drawing a card, losing life. All have to be done in sequential order, of course. More removal, go through the throat, 2 mana instant speed, destroying target non-artifact creature. Life of Toshiro, really nice saga for 2 mana. 1 of 3 twice, +2/+2 on creature, -1/-1 on creature. You gain 2 life. And then Exile Transform, you can pay 1 life, tap it to add 1 mana to cast an instant or sorcery, which is cool for Invoke Despair. It's really cool for Gix's command as well. The Underdog is here. We're playing a little bit more aggro. You couldn't sub it out for the Bankbuster, that's fine. But the dog draws too, which I like. Not quite as much and as often, but it's still good, and we get the aggro. It's nice to blitz in and deal with some planeswalkers sometime, right? Or just take surprise lethal. Also getting the draw there, 3/2 blitz for 4, paying 2 life, and like I said, drawing that card as well on its death. The Trespasser we mentioned, you know, we can control the graveyard, gaining life, dealing damage if we are exiling creatures. Of course, sometimes we need to exile non-creatures to keep our opponent from using a flashback or something, right? Liliana, really good control for 3. Planeswalker, 3 starting loyalty, +1. Each player discards a card, -2. Target player sacks a creature, and finally -6. Separating all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. They pick a pile and sack the other, which is redogulous. Soul Transfer for 3, exiling creature or planeswalker. If you control an artifact and enchantment, which we do not have artifacts here, you get to choose to return a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. You get to do both if you have the artifact and enchantments, otherwise you're choosing one. And then, you know, I'm sure you're familiar with Sheoldred, the Apocalypse, 4 mana, 4/5, Death Touch. Whenever you draw, gain 2 life. Whenever they draw, they lose 2 life. And Invoke Despair for 5, 3 copies of this, Sorcery Speed. They're going to sacrifice a creature if they can't lose 2 life. And then we draw a card. Repeat the process for an enchantment and a planeswalker as well. Very nice. Gix's Command here for 5 as well at Sorcery Speed. Choosing 2 of the 4, putting 2 +1/+1 counters on creature. It gains lifelink until the end of turn. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. Return up to 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand. And finally, each opponent will sacrifice the highest power among creatures that they control. 23 swamps and a mire. Very nice to get the job done. 24 lands, 60 cards, a 2.8 average mana value. Not too shabby. And we are loving both the invasion, both Sheoldred. You know, I understand that Graveyard Trespasser goes against it, but what it also does is provides you with more options. And now I would rather have the option be able to make that choice on my own, because each match is a little bit different, right? The scenarios are not the same always. With this being said, thank you for watching the deck tech. We're going to play some matches, and then, like I said, do a little bit of review, talk about potential sideboard plays, and open a pack. Let's go. All right, going first with the world's best Mono Black hand. And it is a new season. A brand new season. And, you know what better time to be just a little bit degen, right? Let's play some good decks, right? We do have new additions to all of them, which is exciting. And, you know, it's almost at the end of the set. Like, the new set comes out next week or something, so... we've avoided it out of respect for our fellow player. But now that we're at the end of the road, I got something to show you. We're going to toss that cut down. Probably regret it, but I also just want to build to our Invoke. The Forgotten Archangel. This is a multicolored legend deck. Oh, just maybe straight up angels. And I'll just take that, if you don't mind. Hopefully I can cut down their target here, and then we get a clean Invoke. Yep. So I'd rather lose my cut down and draw an extra card. Player land, Invoke on an empty. And it's just like, you know, just like it always was, and the Invoke will draw your next Invoke, and Liliana's just on the side oppressing turn by turn into the graveyard here. So they could kill Liliana. They must have just another. That's weird they don't take care of her. Maybe they've got like a Sierra Paragon. Again, I'm going to minus with Lily. Just take it. And this makes our Invoke a little bit better. There's the new one. Oh, both of them back-to-back Shellys. 4 and 5 drop with a Graveyard Trespasser too. That's their third Inspiring Overseer. Pretty cool. Land out. Sheoldred will force sacrifice it. We don't even have to use our removal. And then here comes the discard again. We'll toss the land.
We all have things we'd rather.
And it's just like, you know, point and click adventure. Very, very easy. Very hard to lose advantage, right? And that is Mono Black Invoke Despair, right? It's just, it is what it is. The new Sheoldred's phenomenal, especially with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures in the grave. Okay, so they're going to kill Lily. They do get her finally. We'll just sack that. It's the only creatures. Nice, easy target here. We lose our Planeswalker. Pretty sad. Pretty beaten up about it, you know? We could do this. They don't have anything. So let's first hit. I still think we want to transform this, right? For the memes. There's no removal there, which there should have been. And let's grab this Forgotten Archangel. It's the most threatening. And then we can maybe grab their draws. There's all 3 draws there. Font of Hope. Their 4th Inspiring Overseer. That's phenomenal. They have to discard, then mill. Oh, and at Raxa too. And then their Paragon goes is not good. Let's take the Overseer, because it can kill the Trespasser. Let's play Shelly. Play our Sleeper. Just push into it. Eat our mana up. And then we'll hit for 4. I guess we should take the Paragon probably, actually. And that Raxa. What am I doing? Those were just placed there, and I had already made that decision. And then tunnel visioned in on it. But we want to take that Araxa. We want to take the Sierra Paragon. We want to take the win. Thank you, Sheoldred. The Great Sculpture. Is it the Great Sculpture or the Final Sculpture? No. The True Scriptures, HGG. You're so far off. The only thing you got right was the S. Opponent goes first. We have a good hand. Looking for our 3rd land, obviously. But, you know, there's some good stuff here. Wicked awesome curve if we get going. There's the 3rd land. We like it. I say go for it. Pull the counter magic if it's there. Just gain life. It's nothing wrong with 2 life. In this economy, have you seen how many mono red decks there are? So you're just going to draw a card? Yes. Okay, that's fine. We're going to kill this channeler very easily. Great value. And then I'm going to take it from the grave. Deal 1 damage. It's been permanently dealt with now into exile. We like it. Turn 4 Sheoldred. Ooh, it's a big march with a discard. Tossing the land, gaining 3 life. Pretty good. No land for us. That's less than ideal. We retained our cut down, I guess, and memory brings us closer to the command. Well, I mean, let's just swing for 5. It's not bad. All right, down to 17. And then if they want to counter the underdog, that's fine. If they want to remove the underdogs, that's fine as well. We hold up our cut down. Nothing special. Yeah, go for the throw. Cool. So, like, I don't mind with the Tenacious Underdog to grab removal, go 1 for 1, because we can bring it back and draw repetitively. You know, turn after turn. We do finally find our 4th land. We will, again, swing for 5, down to 12. There has to be a counterspell here. No counterspell. Do we have instant speed removal? No, there's a draw down to 10. We've seen they had marches. So life... Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Each player mills 10 cards. For each player, choose a creature or planeswalker card in that player's graveyard. They take our Sheoldred, which isn't a problem. and a Jace of their own. Dude, I literally don't care. I hate that you're milling my my invokes. That makes me angry. You deserve to be punished. Yeah. Let's just take that. Then we're not losing any life, and they say, well, that's it, because we're getting hit for, what is that, 7, 9, and they lose 2 on the draw, which is lethal. Good game. Going first, 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, with 3 land, and some maneuverability within the Sleeper's mana sink. Makes multiple play lines easily accessible without really wasting any of our mana. They're tapped. We can just play first main phase Smash for 2. The Trespasser is really hard for Mono Red to beat, so I'm looking forward to just slamming that down and laughing. Hopefully we top deck Sheoldred on turn 4. We have a creature to exile. Let's first take our hit. Then the Trespasser exiles the Sleeper. Good game. I know, the Graveyard Trespasser sucks to play against, doesn't it, Mono Red? Opponent goes first, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for the land. Can we get a nice removal? Please don't play a Alia. Guardian of my face. I think they take a Gix command here. What do you think? I think Gix command. Gix command, Invoke Despair. Maybe the Trespasser, but I doubt it. I also doubt Life of Toshiro at this point. Unless they've got something like, you know, something that gets dunked on by it. But probably Gix's command. I don't know. That's a tough one. What do you think they should take here, chat? They're going to take the Trespasser. That is interesting. Let's get out there. I mean, this acts as a mana. And it's quite oppressive with the +2 here. For now. Next turn it can be removal, life gain, you know, additional pressure. We're going to get to this Trespasser anyways, right? Don't you freaking dare, Dougie. So they can deal 3 damage to it. I can use this ability twice if that's what they're doing, though. So they have to do it here, and I'll just use it again on the stack. That's totally fine with me. Your go, bro. Ooh. I was expecting 3 damage, not 4. Nice, okay. So we should have waited. I thought it was Elspeth's Smite. Misread on my behalf. That's fine, though. Gets rid of one of their lands that they may need. The Hermit. I love it. I love it. Nice. And usually that'd be very good, but we get lucky with a cut down. Should take it. And then, you know, Invoke's a little bit safer. I think they come back into our hand and take Invoke right now with another invasion. Shredder. Second cast to Connive. On a recommission. That's going to bring back the Hermit. Do they have a land? No way. A3, okay. Let's just get in there. Take that Faithful Mending. No attacks. They're going to go for this invasion, which sucks. Right? So they need to connive the Shredder to hit it for 3, or else it's going to take 2 turns, which still is not the worst. Okay. I mean, I don't mind. I kind of like the enchantment side of that too. We already have 5 mana, so I mean, I'd have to get to 8 to get around the Hermit. There's a better chance that I just dunk on it. Watch us draw another life of Toshiro and we can just minus. Or we don't even have to. We can just take it here. Right? So that's fine. Invasion's still up because they didn't connive. Oh, they bring it back again? Wow. Let's Trespasser. Just grab one of our creatures. Right? Keep chipping away. Staying alive. Staying alive. This just goes straight to their grave. I guess I should have done that first. And then this would have been the second play and we could have taken it. Because they can, like, if this is a land, they can easily use that, right? We're at 6. We just need 8 mana. This is going to flip. That's brutal. We are in relative danger, right? They've got life gain too. The Hermit's been in play so many times, you know? That's a cool play. I like that. I've been using the Hermit more, but I've not played it with Recommission. I quite enjoy that. There's a connive. La discard. I think they've got to also discard again. Ooh, they tossed the Mentor. Wow. It's a big bird. I can't tap. This is really good. Right? The Hermit can't get it. And I would like to minus, have the Hermit die. Oh, bro. Let's take their Shark. I don't think they block. I think they just take it. Really? And then you're going to grab Indestructible for this turn and get rid of your Light Shield Array? Interesting. I mean, I can see it, but the Light Shield Array is just so powerful to sit there. Because what if, you know, I get regular removal now? I guess we're still too many lands away. Close, but... Still 17 life, thankfully. And Toshiro can... Oh, you're a legend. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I mean, you'd probably take Invoke. Interesting. Do they have a second spell here? Why not hit it with the Hermit? And send that 6 damage to the hen house? I'll never know, man. They're going to have to sack the bird here. Because we could still cast our Invoke if they sack the Hermit.
Something suspicious is going on.
They probably just have another negate.
It's not my fault.
All right, so far so good. Do we get the bird as well? There will be a connive here. Which I hate. So, it's, like, if they didn't have the counterspell, they get another chance for it, right? Toss in a land, negate my Invoke. That won't protect it from a sacrifice effect, unfortunately. We get it. And then we get their enchantment as well. And like any Invoke, it draws another. Even if you only draw one card, still, it's there. All right, Mentor's really good. If this is a spell, we're kind of in trouble. They probably want to cast it now if it's sorcery speed, because Lily will discard it. Again, is that your 15th recommission? Like, they've really played that card a lot. All right, so it's we won't have enough land anyways because it's so expensive. It's just 1 mana. We'll have 2 mana left over. That's nothing. Let's just clean the field, right? Those mentors are so strong. You just have to deal with them. Then let's take the plus. They don't have anything to discard, but we still want to push Liliana up so she can -2 for the kill on something. I'm sure they've top decked something amazing. Memory Deluge, yeah. Nice. But, unless you get a land and a negate, which again, I don't doubt, we're in business. And that's a good sign of a match, right? Where it's, it's always either way, not a clear-cut winner. A little back and forth. Just a good match. Nice content. Double draw. Do they play the land? No. We're good to go, Dougie. We're good to go, Dougie. This is going to give us another draw that we can discard with Lily without consequence.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Yeah, I'm going to toss Toshiro. Liliana's discard is quite oppressive. They're discarding lands, though, so that's good for them. We'll just push up our sleeper. They're down to 9, we're at 16, and we have a Sheoldred, which is nice. But our opponent is quite formidable, so we will need to finish strong. It's a nice draw. Let's take the swing first. It has to be a Wandering Emperor, right? Without doubt. There's just certain things to be true in this life. 4 untapped mana with 2 white. 9 out of 10 Wandering Emperor. So we're going to lose our creature. It's fine. It just sucks. They're going to sack their Planeswalker. Get out of here. Counterspell for 1. Spell Pierce that counters on 6 mana. Yeah, I'll pay 2. I don't care. It keeps us from our Sheoldred, but whatever. And turn, Lily's ready to minus. She doesn't necessarily need to plus our cut down when they have an empty hand. I can do that myself. Alright, Geist is out. Geist is dead. Ooh, I don't think you want to use a negate there. Yeah, it's probably better off just to keep. Shouldered out. Counterspell? Wouldn't be a negate. It could be a make disappear. Pass turn. We can bring back Sheoldred and a Trespasser. Shredder's fine. Oh no. Say it ain't so. Sheoldred's in, forcing the sacrifice of the Shredder. Absolutely brutal, dude. They're gonna connive for the counter. I like it. We will decline, I guess. That's like, it's good. It would have died anyways, right? We should have Lily minused first and then played it. But then we wouldn't have needed the sacrifice ability. Good game. Mono Black, you keep doing you. Going first on 2 lands. I might mulligan for 3. I'm keeping it. I'm tossing a Sheoldred. I cannot risk it. We should have kept that last hand. Oh, that sucks. Greedy. We lost our Graveyard Trespasser. It's absolutely heartbreaking. We did gain a Sheoldred, and I do like to showcase new cards. Let's see how it pays off. Are you there? Okay, we need just a continuous stream of land. We have great removal. Thank you on the land. Appreciate that. Pass turn. I want to make sure this acts as removal on a Might. On a Raven Man, I guess. Who knows what that is? No, you're a Raven Man. It's Esper Legends. So now this can kill Thalia next turn. It's already in play. I'm going to take Raven Man with the Trespasser. Oh, gross. Gain 2 life. Here's the land. Just get out of here, Rafine. I'm so sick of you. What a phenomenal card Rafine is, right? Like, wow. So Esper Legends curving out. We're doing our best to mitigate them. We do need that 5th land pretty bad. If not, oh, we really need it. 5th land off the top. No. Whatever. As long as they don't play another Rafine. Right? Next turn we can get it, but they're probably going to obviously play 1 to 7 more creatures here. 7 of them HGG on 5 land. Wow. I'd imagine it's possible. Probably not in Esper Legends. Four mana up. They could play an additional land to 5. Sheoldred the Apocalypse in play. We all know what that does. Destroys my game and, you know, elevates theirs. If they play a Rafine and attack, I'm going to cry. Because those 2 cards together are just redonkulous. Rope is up. We're not doing that well. Very interesting. Roping your opponent with a Sheoldred in play. That's actually a fairly good strategy. Let's be honest and just look at it objectively. You play the most oppressive creature in the game, and then you frustrate your opponent with the most oppressive feature in the game client. Ellie, A. Now that is impressive. We probably get Ellie, A. I doubt they give us Shelly, A. We take damage from the draw. I get it, but we do draw a Soul Transfer, which is pretty sick, dude. We also have a Gix if they play like lower level creatures, like 2 power or less. We're 14, they're 19, 3 cards left in their hand. No. Chump block. Not today. My life total is important. Another Reuven. A McDuven. This is La Hexproof, so we need to La Sacrifice. Our graveyard sucks, so we're not taking from our graveyard. Let's just push up our Trespasser. I think. I mean, Sheoldred, you're donezo. Get out of here. And we're going to push up our Trespasser. Don't you freaking dare. Oh, they did it. They did it, but they've got a discard, and that's a nice 2-for-1, right? There's another removal. Not the worst. All right, well, we're going to hit for 2. Raven's fine. Sheoldred will still sack the Raven Man. It's a non-token sack. Well, the Mite's good too. They'll probably sack that. Force a discard. Take the Underdog. Hit for 1. That sucks. Make another Raven. That sucks. Oh my gosh, that's really good. Force sack the Mite. And then we can soul transfer the Raven. Once that's dealt with, if they tap out on the Plaza, but now it's actually pretty doubtful. We hit for 2. We will need to race, most definitely. We need our own Sheoldred. A little life gain on our side would be cool. Don't even, bro. That's ridiculous. Down to 7. Now we have to put this over here instead. Which is be our Rudel. Land out. Creature out. So we're not just we don't have anything to discard now, right? And the race continues. These Ravens cannot block, unfortunately, so they're only dealing chip damage. But we're 1 invoke away from being dead. Just don't say it out loud, HGG. This is life gain for them too, which I hate. Hit for 2 to 5. They're getting there. We need a Sheoldred right now. We can't blitz the Doogie unless we get a Sheoldred. Frick. So... And they do have Indestructible too. That's not good. Let's hit with the Menace. They can't kill it. They could double block, give one of them Indestructible. We'd kill probably the Raven Man. Or they lose Denick. Because they can replay it, right? All right, let's end turn here, and we got ourselves a match, ladies and gentlemen. 5 points of life each. What do they draw? Rafine, Sheoldred, absolutely game-breaking, among others. Dahlia's pretty good. Not shabby, that's for sure. They hit us for 2 to 3. I mean, they can't block anyways. Big damage. Let's push up. I mean, we're not drawn with this either so much, I don't think. We'll push them both to 3/3s. With Death Touch. Oh, the land. The land. Do we go all in? They go to 7. And we hit for 7. Oh no, we only hit for 6. They go to 7, we hit for 6, they survive and crack back for lethal. They will leave Memory of Toshiro unblocked. As they're at 7 life. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Because we're not surviving the other way. I know this. Maybe we draw something. No, we can't draw either. Unless Thalia blocks the underdog, but I doubt it. Right, they block the 3/3s. No, you don't block Toshiro. You have to block the 3/3/3s. And then they're good. And they go to 7, we hit for 6. We do get the draw right away. But I'm pretty sure they just hit us for lethal. Unless we pull something crazy off. No, we should get one blocker. I guess we should have waited. Or kept one blocker back. Really close match. Of course you pull a Rafine on your life gain attacker. Of course you do. Alrighty then. Mono Black Midrange is decent. I feel like it may not be as effective as a whole. Just for the, the sole reason that people are used to it. They know your game plan. It's not hidden. It's not original. So it's very easy to kind of prepare for your opponent's next turn when you know exactly what they're looking to accomplish. And it gets rid of some of that wiggle room where there's uncertainty and they're not sure of your play lines. And that's where the original decks really shine. But with that being said, if you're shy on wildcards, you have a couple of Sheoldreds, maybe an Invasion of Innistrad that you're looking to experiment, throw them in the Mono Black deck like I've done. What do you think of them? Have you been enjoying them? I certainly have been enjoying the added utility, but if you wanted more utility to play traditional best of 3, we have the Buster. You find yourself in a control match, you want some extra draw, look no further than the Bank Buster. Gix is nice for additional draw, but not in a control match because they'll remove it. They'll field wipe it. In those mid-range matchups against another aggro deck, it's a 3/3. It's a good body. It can block some stuff too, right? The Phyrexian Arena for those control matchups, right? The mid-range, the little longer, the grindy, get this out. More draw for the mid-game, sustainability on top of Sheoldred, so on and so forth. Field wipes. If you're getting out-mustered, you got to clean up. So destroy all legendary creatures or destroy all non-legendary creatures is really good, because you can keep that Sheoldred alive, which is fantastic if they don't have any legendaries. The Resolute Monarch, and maybe they're playing a legendary deck, right? And you could go the other way because there are legendary decks and you can keep your non-legendary. Sorry, Sheoldred. But we're getting as much value as we can here. And then the body on the other side is really nice as well to flip other things. Just it's a 3/6, so it's no joke there, obviously, with Menace Death Touch. When it attacks, remove all counters from a permanent. If they have an Arcane of Dross, you're done. We win. Of course, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you haven't dealt combat damage since your last turn, you may draw a card and lose 1 life, right? So some more sustainability in those longer games, which is really nice. For the shorter games, those aggro matchups, we've got the Malicious Malfunction for 3 mana, -2/2 on all creatures, and they're going to get exiled, so sorry. And then, maybe... they're slanging in some heat, they're dealing some damage, and you need some more life gain, so the Flush Order is going to clog up the field, it's going to help you gain life, which is really nice there. And then, some spot removal with the life gain as well, because, we've got a lot of life gain, you'll see that, and Mono Red is pretty common, so we like to, mix it up, keep it smooth, and, have answers for everything that we do need. No graveyard control needed, there's enough of a main deck. stuff like that, right? Enough removal here for the most part as well. Just kind of making sure that we survive long enough to cast Invoke Despair a bunch. Heyo! So with that being said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe while we tear open this pack, baby. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I'm going to need to tear into this here. Thank you kindly. Well, maybe not. The dullest screwdriver I've ever seen. A fresh box, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, woo. Hello. And now this is the part where I open it wrong and wreck the whole thing. Why won't you open? There we go, right? Good one, HGG. Like this, like this, like this. We got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. It's not like it's my 15th box that I've opened or anything. Probably more than that. So we got our box over here. We got our art set up perfectly. I'm in the way, as always. Right, I'll scrooch over. And then we've got the story if you want to, check out the MTG story. I think they've actually got a new podcast going on too. If you like to be read to, which is always nice. And fresh blue shiny packs. Oh my gosh. Which one do we want? We take it from the top, we take it from the bottom. From the bottom. From the bottom in the middle for good luck. And let's see what we get, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you like the new camera angle. I think it's pretty good. In comparison to the last. Here's our little rip. And we're in. We are in. Oh my gosh. This is like an etched foil Urabrask. Right? So those come in regular set boosters. We got to go backwards. The art card. Phenomenal. We'll place them. Right? And that's, what's her name? Etheria? The Ever Sheltering. Then we have a mountain. Beautiful. Skittering Surveyor. Deadly Desertion. The Adaption. Get out of here, Commons. We don't care about you. The Marshal. That's a nice card. We like the Marshal quite a bit. The Strobe Knight. The Chrome House Tulk on the backside of the Hermit. The Lastop Converter on the backside of Invasion of Amonkhet, which I actually like. This is a pretty cool card. We don't mind the invasion at all. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. This is a Gruda. Oh, this is from Ikoria. Very nice. Let's get a little closer look at Gruda. Doom of Depths. Full alt art. Oh man, I liked Gruda too. Gruda was a lot of fun. Esper Gruda, that takes me back, and I absolutely love this art. That is a keeper for sure. Add it to the collection. Then we have a Hadron Grinder. Ooh, Dejuru and Hazoret. This is pretty nice as well. I've had a lot of success with this card. Very nice. In both just the legendary deck and in humans decks in general. So that's a second bomb, and we do get a Volcanic Sprite as our holographic. And then Stitched Together. I don't know if this is a good card or not. From the list, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand with Threshold. Instead, return card from your graveyard into play. You have Threshold if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard. Oh, wow. That would be a 2-mana recursion spell. That's actually pretty good. I don't think that's bad at all. Some nice cards here, though, right? We do get the Gruda, Hazoret. Really liking that. Invasion of Amonkhet, I think, is pretty cool, too. This Stitched Together does not seem too bad. For 2 mana, that's pretty cheap, right? The Marshal, nothing great. Daily Desertion. Boo. Not even a great mountain. I mean, it's decent. What happened to my camera? Oh no. Well, it's a good thing we are all done at least. We'll switch back over here. And it ends in the perfect time. I don't know. This GoPro is a little bit touchy. We might have to get it upgraded. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a magical day. I'm going to sleeve these bad boys up. and we'll see you soon in the next. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Tell your playgroups, your local game store about it. Hey, you seen the Hello Good Game YouTube channel? He's got some pretty cool content. He opens a pack at the end. And yeah, just have an absolute magical day yourselves. Cheers. We'll see you soon in the next, okay?